Hi, I'm Pattu from freefincal, and let's talk about how to extract the portfolio of a mutual fund onto a spreadsheet in this video. Before we begin, a couple of announcements. Yesterday, I had published the Nifty 100 momentum and low volatility screener. You can get the file from the link in the description box. And the second announcement is that I have rebuilt the mutual fund overlap, that is the portfolio overlap checking tool from the ground up. Now you can extract the portfolio of 5 mutual funds and compare the common stocks among these 5. So that will be published hopefully tomorrow. So today I'll be talking about how to extract the portfolio onto a spreadsheet, which is related to that tool. That tool is free, so don't get ideas. Also, today is Wednesday. I've been talking about weight loss um, uh, in a series called Weight Loss Wednesdays for the last few weeks. I have not been doing it every Wednesday. I'm not sure how much interest is there, but for those of you who are interested, what I would suggest is, in the last video I had talked about, last couple of videos I said stop taking sugar. If you have stopped taking sugar, please leave a comment below. I will know about it. Others will also get inspired by it. And in the video after that, that's the latest Weight Loss Wednesday video. I talked about keeping tabs on what you eat and finding out how much carbs you eat, how much protein you eat, and how much fat you eat. Excuse me, how much fat you eat. The next step would be to try and reduce your carb intake by 10 to 20%. It's as simple as that. Just reduce it by 10 to 20%. And please recognize, I'm not talking about X method is best or Y method is best. That's not my idea at all. I'm talking about small, gradual changes that are suitable to your personality, your lifestyle, your physique, and how you can adapt it to losing weight permanently. You can go to this website called dietdoctor.com, and there is something called a visual guide, and I'm looking at the vegetable visual guide here. So if you look at this visual guide, all the vegetables that grow above the ground are good for you. You can eat them. So the numbers that you see, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, etc., are the net carbs. That is the total carbohydrate minus fiber per 100 grams. And you can eat all vegetables that grow above ground, and below ground you should eat them less often. At least you should avoid things like sweet potato. Potato also you should avoid, but I love potato, unfortunately. These things you can have from time to time or in small quantities. Similarly, there is a fruit guide, there is a nut guide, and so on. So you can go to dietdoctor.com and explore the visual guide. I will leave a link in the description box. So you can take it forward from. So I'm very sure most of you in your diet asset allocation, I talked about that. Most of you would be eating anywhere between 60 to 80% carbs. Reduce that by 10 to 20%, and you will see the change in your life. Already by cutting back sugar, you will see a huge change in your life. Take that as a next step, and we'll talk about it if there is more interest in next week or the weeks after that. So that's that. So for this new tool, the portfolio overlap tool, I have used Money Control. I mean, Money Control was the one which I used earlier, but Money Control had revamped their website. They had made it much more nicer, user friendly, and so on. So I had to redo the entire sheet for the portfolio comparison. So if you notice this is the link for ICICI Blue Chip. And if you look at this URL, the one that you see here, this is what's most important. That's the scheme code. So you'll have to use that scheme code to extract the portfolio. But I'll show you how to do it with the full URL in this video. So if you go here and you can go to the portfolio, and that should tell you, so you can have the portfolio summary, the top 10 stocks, the full portfolio is also available if you click here, and so on. All these are, all this data, the portfolio summary, top 10 stocks, all the stocks, they're all loaded in when you download the page in the form of tables, and using JavaScript, they will display whether portfolio summary or full holdings, whichever you click on, and so on. This kind of web page display is very easy to extract from. Unfortunately, this is not being used anymore. This is not the popular way to do it. They use something called I think the JSON, or they what they do is, even using JavaScript, they will set a cookie. That is, you have to go to this main page and set a cookie, and then only you can do anything else from there. So that kind of thing on Excel, it's possible, but I don't know how to set a cookie in VBA, that is Visual Basic, for writing the Excel macro and so on. But as of now, this money control thing is quite simple and useful to extract from. So I'll give you an example of. So I'll tell you two things today. So first, I'll tell you how to do it very easily on Google spreadsheet, the Google Sheet, and then I will talk about how I do it and what are the slight variations and so on. So what I've done here is, so just go to this Google Sheet here. So what I've done here is, I've copied that ICICI blue chip URL and I've pasted it in cell M1 here. That's the one here. That's not the final form I use, but see what happens is, this URL contains the name of the fund. That's kind of annoying. Then you have to type in every time, you don't know what it is. So you need a URL in which you can extract the portfolio from the scheme code. That's what I use. So I use a slight variation of this URL, but I'll show you how to do it. It's so simple. So I'm showing you this in Google Sheets. I'll talk about Excel once I finish. So all you need to do is go to type import HTML. Use this because the caps are important. Use that, and then reference the URL. So that's found in cell M1. Then say I want to extract table. Then there are several tables. So as I told you, there is a summary of the market cap. That is how much ICICI blue chip has got in large cap, mid cap, and so on. That is one table. The top 10 stocks is one table. The full holding is one table. I have found out that the full holding is found in table 5. So I'm just going to type table 5 there. You can experiment with it with 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever, and see what happens. That's it. If you do that, it should give you the full portfolio. I hope without error. Oh, okay, there it is. It took a while, but it did come. That's it. You've got the full portfolio now. So what I've done is that this is the way to do it. You can download this. You can download 5 funds, and then you have to know basic spreadsheet formula to compare the holdings and so on. That's too complicated to talk about in a video, so I'm not going to talk about that. But please be aware that I'm not using this exact URL. I'm using a slightly older form of the URL where it says /portfolio. It will be something like mutual funds portfolio / this scheme code, this MPI 392. That's what I'm looking for. You can see that in the sheet tomorrow. That sheet is open source and it is free. You can see that in the sheet tomorrow. But I'm just showing you how easy it is to extract. I mean, if you don't want any analysis, you don't want to create a tool like mine, you just want to make a quick analysis of 2 portfolios, this is it. All you need to use the Google Sheets import HTML function. What I do is to use the same thing in Excel. Now, the problem is Excel has changed completely over the years. Now, I have Excel 2007. I also have Excel Office 365, which gets updated every couple of months or so to the latest version. In Office 365, they have something called a power table query or something like that. So the VBA, the way they extract data from a URL or a database has completely been rewritten in the new Excel compared to the old Excel 2007, 2011, whatever old versions. I don't know how to write VBA code for that. I'm still learning how to do it. But what I used to do is I used to take Excel 2007. I used to record a macro and I used to say import data from this URL. I'll just click, and then stop recording the macro. The entire VBA code will be available with all the specific URLs. Then I'll just modify it here a little bit here and there and do just make it part of the full code. That's how I used to do. Today things have changed. Unfortunately, what has happened is Excel 2007 uses Internet Explorer, and it uses the old version of Internet Explorer. If you start running into Excel 2007 with this kind of URL, it'll keep giving you script error after script error after script error. It'll go into a continuous loop. You'll get stuck. So I got into this problem. So I just used my old VBA code and just modified it to this URL, and it worked. So luckily it worked. Now that all that is fine, all that is blah 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 that you don't want to do. What is key for me is, see, for you, when you want to extract the portfolio of a mutual fund of, let's say I want to compare Axis Blue Chip with ICICI Blue Chip, I will just go to Money Control, find out the URL for ICICI Blue Chip, this one, find out the blue chip for Axis Blue Chip, just use import HTML, then just compare it visually. You can compare, or you can use simple spreadsheet formula to compare just list the common stocks, what is found common here and this. That's simple. You can just find it, Google it out, and you can find it. Many ways to do it. That's it. For you, that's all it matters. But if I want to create a tool where the user will come and type any mutual fund, maybe debt fund also. For the new version, I've tried to include debt funds as well. Whether it is equity fund or hybrid fund or debt fund, they should simply type and they should get the result. If I want to create a tool like that, then I need to know that stock code. See this one, this MPI 392. I need to know the stock codes of all the mutual funds from every AMC. So I need to get that list. So I need to get that list and I need to modify that URL so that I will say I will take the URL as a string, and then I will add another string, and this string will be my input, or whatever the user says is the scheme code. Then I'll combine the URL and then get the data. That's essentially how it's done. But the point is, this is the problem where young people always are baffled. They say, how do I get all the scheme codes? You have to do it by brute force. You have to put some effort there. So you can't code it out. I mean, I'm sure there are data scrapers available and so on, but you can't. The good ones are not available for free, and you have to spend some money. But you can do it for free using simple Chrome extensions. So this is the Money Control page where every mutual fund of Kotak Mahindra is listed. All the debt funds, all their equity funds, everything is listed. You can see how big the page is. That's where the scroll bar is. So that's a huge list. So what I do is I have installed a Chrome extension called Link Clipper, and this link clipper will extract all the links from this page. So if I just extract it, it will come out as a CSV file. I can just, that comes out as a CSV file. I should be able to open that in Excel. And now I need to do a little bit of manipulation here. So let me just make this bigger. I will go to table, sort this in descending order. And now, if you see this, if I just go down, there it is. You see, so I've now got Kotak World Gold Fund growth option. I've got the URL, that's the scheme code there, MAI 053. So now I got all the scheme codes of Kotak. So I copy all this down. I'm doing this in Mac. In Windows, it's a little bit more easier. I don't know how well it will work in Mac, but let me try. That's a lot of funds. Okay, that's it. So that's it. Now copy them all. So I'm not sure if they copied that. I think they copied it. So now I go to Windows. Oops. What did I do? Okay, I think I screwed that up. So let me just copy two of them. Okay, that's the two of them. Now I copy this back again. This is found in, it will work in a text file. Okay, I'll show you how to do it. So what I do is actually copy this not in Word, but actually copy this in text file. When I go back onto Excel, onto a new sheet and copy that back, I will get a text editor kind of button where I will be able to set the delimiter. That is a delimiter, meaning one data is separated by another data by using using a space or a tab, or in this case what I will do is I'll just set the delimiter as the / and I'll be able to extract this code out. So for this quota gold fund gold growth plan, I will get this code. The dividend plan, I will get that code. Of course, both of them will have the same portfolio, but that's not the point. That's essentially how I do it. I have to get the text edit and so on. I have to forget that. I have to learn. I mean, I'll struggle in Mac to do it. So that's essentially how I do it. I use link clipper, extract all the URLs, separate out the code using the / as the delimiter from the URL, then put it in Excel, and then I'll create a way for the user to select the mutual fund and create the tool. So that's essentially how I do it. If you're interested, you can go ahead and try this. And anyway, tomorrow the portfolio overlap tool will be available. You can play around with it and do it. I'm still extracting these URLs for a few more AMCs. I need to push that in, and then it is done. So that's what I wanted to say about this. Let me go back and complete that overlap tool, and I'll catch you again in another video. Thank you as always for listening.